Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday, Monday the 28th. Okay, guys, so a lot of you guys already know that I'm not going to be here today. I'm traveling back from out of state, so I really need your help. I'm going to count on each and every one of you to be on your best behavior. So going back to the Class Dojo points, every single person will earn 20 points as a class. So it's a group effort here. If you guys listen to the substitute and you do your work and you get your assignments done, you'll get 20 points each. On the flip side, if I hear any negative feedback from the substitute, like disciplinary issues, behavior issues, we're not on task, things like that, we're not listening, then each one of you collectively will lose 20 points. All right, so plus 20, minus 20, it's up to you guys, but I do have faith in you guys and I would love to make sure that each one of you guys gets an additional 20 points. All right, so today, here's my challenge. You are gonna get a ruler. So this ruler, you have two different systems here. The US customary system, which is what we use in the United States here in inches. And then the metric system, the rest of the world, literally the rest of the world uses their metric system, okay? So here's our challenge. Now I'm going to write or draw, and you guys copy this. So you all have paper, you all have pencils. I'm going to draw a straight line and I'm going to go ahead and divide them into columns. We're going to do a few columns. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to write the word shape here. Mimic what I do. 0 dimensionals, 1 dimensionals, 2 dimensionals, and 3 dimensionals. All right, we all know about this. So we're going to write 3-dimensional figures. So no, you don't need to take notes, but you are going to be doing this project. Everybody should have 2 papers. The first paper we're going to take just, some schematics here. All right. Now, when I asked you guys before, what are dimensions to a mathematician, to a engineer, not like some alternate universal reality, but rather we're talking about directions. In this case, when we have no dimensions, that will be called basically that. There's no dimensions, there's no height, there's no length, there's no depth. So dimensions to a mathematician, to a engineer, are directions. So up, down, left, right, forward, and back, okay? Now in this case, we do have this little dot there. So we have 1 0 dimensional because it doesn't have a height, it does not have a width, it does not have depth. So we have no 1 dimensionals, no 2 dimensionals, no 3 dimensionals. It's just 1 dimensional. So on this side, I'm just gonna draw that vertex. Everybody say vertex. Yeah, literally. Say the word vertex. Vertex. All right. So vertex is just a single point. Okay. And then you're gonna use your straight edge on your ruler. You're not gonna use protractors today, just rulers. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is I want you to draw let's draw one more vertex here. Now, if you guys remember, if we have two points, what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect them and we're going to have a line segment. But if we have more than one vertex, it is, well, let's see who remembers. What is that called? Obviously, I can't hear you, but vertices is plural, vertex is singular. So if we have more than 1 0 dimensional, then you would have two vertices connected by, now this is a height. It's a measurement up and down. So that's one dimensional. Okay, so we don't have any two dimensionals nor any three dimensionals. All right, so go ahead and make sure you have that going and pay attention. All right, next, let's double this. So we're going to actually measure this out about 1 inch. Okay, now we have how many vertices? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 vertices. In other words, 4 zero dimensionals. And let's go ahead and connect them. So we have 2 heights. In other words, we call them edges. So 4 line segments. And hopefully you guys are keeping up with me. All right. So even though I'm not here, I'm still kind of here. All right, so this is how it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 one-dimensionals, and also you have what they call a face. The area inside this geometrical shape of a square. Everything in here, all this space in here, is called a face. All right, so that's the face. Okay, so you have 1 2-dimensional, but no 3 dimensionals. All right. All right. Okay, so same thing like what I mentioned in class. This height is really your y-axis, your vertical number line, your y-axis. Okay, up and down. The length is really called your x-axis, okay, horizontal number line. And of course, what we learned before, this is a 2-dimensional plane. It's like the coordinate grid, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. All right, so let's pay attention again. Next, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to add another dimension. That other dimension is called let me make that darker actually. Right here. Oops. Make sure you're pressing that down. All right, so the other dimension that we're introducing is your z-axis. So that is basically what you call your depth. The x-axis is your length, and your y-axis is your height. If I can spell that right. So for 3 dimensions, 1 dimension is your x-axis, and again that is your, let's say your length. Another dimension is going to be your y-axis, and that's going to be your height, how tall. And then another dimensional will be your z-axis, and that's going to be the depth. So simple math, just keep it simple. Barney this down for you, write it in crayon. Well, anybody. What is 1 plus 1 plus 1? 2, 3, right? So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So 3-dimensional. So X, Y, and Z axes make up a 3-dimensional figure. So if we add more into this, let's see here. I'll add the Z axis in here. So we really have, this works a lot better, by the way, if I had like a grid paper. So we'll have to invest in some grid paper. But I have what you would call a cube, okay? We have a cube. Now again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna count all the 0 dimensionals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, on the other side, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 corners, 8 0 dimensionals, 8 vertices. Okay, so we have 8 vertices. All right, so put vertices above the 0 dimensional. And then we have how many 1 dimensionals? All these line segments. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, you can't see that. Let me start back over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 1-dimensionals, or we can also call them edges. Okay. The last one is how many 2-dimensionals do we have? How many faces does this 3-dimensional figure have? This prism. Okay. So in other words, we have one face here in purple. We have another face way in the back. I'll color that pink. We have another face. Let me get some more of these markers. On the left side, we have another face on the right. Another face on the very bottom. And one more face, let's see here, way up top. So how many faces do we have? Well, my friends, we have 6 faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. And of course, if you were to unfold it, you would have 6 faces, 6 2-dimensionals. Now, how many 3-dimensionals do we have? Well, 3-dimensionals, you have the X, Y, and Z axes, makes one 3D figure, which is that cube. And we'll stop there, okay? Now, I know last time I gave you guys a challenge at the beginning of the year talking about tesseracts, talking about hypercubes, the 4-dimensional, what would that look like? I know I told you guys that we were going to draw a 4-dimensional figure in a 3-dimensional form on a 2-dimensional plane. We'll get into that later on. I don't want to confuse you guys and have you guys melt your brains. But for the most part, you're gonna need to understand these terminologies: vertices, 0-dimensionals, okay? Edges are 1-dimensionals, our faces are our 2-dimensionals, and of course, we have that 3rd dimension, prisms, okay? All right, so if you were to imagine that this is a box that you got from Amazon, and if you were to actually open it up and unfold it, so you're gonna unfold it, I can't even spell right, unfold, okay? It's gonna look like this. Well, you're gonna have 4, here's a bottom, here's one of the sides, another side, try to make them as even as possible, another face, and then here is the very top. So if you were to unfold it, you're folding this side down, that side down, this side down, this side down, and flattening out. So you're unfolding and you're flattening out this figure. Now I mentioned that the bottom was yellow. Oh, dang. Sorry. All right. I mentioned that the very top was purple. So this is the top. Might as well color it in. Take pride in your work. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? And the side here, the right side, is green. So we have a green face like the Hulk. The left face is blue. And of course, the front face is purple. Or no, actually, was it pink? I don't know, one of them. And of course, the very back, that is another color too. Okay, spacing out here. What was it? Blue, green, yellow. Okay, I picked some bad color choices because some of these are very close together in our color scheme. All right, so, but ultimately you have how many faces, how many two-dimensionals? Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. 6 faces are our two-dimensionals. All right, so that's what you're gonna make today. All right, so that's basically what we're gonna do. By the way, this is called a net. We'll get into this later on in the year, but nets, basically you take a 3-dimensional figure, you unfold that box, you flatten it out, and you know, you have that net. Eventually we'll talk about like area, like what is the area of every face? What is the total surface area of the entire figure, this net here? Maybe we'll even talk about what is the volume, what is the capacity that this box can hold inside of it. We'll get into that later, but the only thing I'm gonna have you guys do today is make this 3-dimensional figure. You're gonna make a net. You're gonna need, of course, you're gonna need yourself here. It'll show up first of all. The second thing you're gonna need are basically your pencil, your ruler. I'm just using that to help you guys out. Let's see here. You're also gonna need, I don't know, crayons, markers, color pencils, whatever you can use to color the faces. And then you're also going to need scissors. Borrow them. Make sure you're doing the right thing in the right way for the right reason. And you're also gonna need glue. Glue sticks, glue, you know, help each other out. So this is what you're gonna do now. I'm gonna move this to the side. Make sure you save this on the other sheet of paper that you're gonna be getting. With your ruler, here's my challenge for you guys. You're going to make a 2-inch face. So if I do this correctly, let's see here. So 2, here's my starting point. Actually, let me turn it portrait style. I had it landscape before. But here's my starting point. Here's 1 inch. Here's 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. So 2, 4, 6. Maybe we'll do 1 inches. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, all right, so you're gonna draw a line here, 2 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches. And then maybe you go to 8. Okay, so I drew from 0 to 8 inches, okay? And then I'm gonna go up 1 inch, maybe 2 inches actually. Mark it off here, boom. Go on the other side. Make sure I line up 2 inches here to the line. Mark it off up here, boom. So I know that's a 2-inch mark. And then on the other side, all I'm gonna do now, zoom out, is I'm going to connect both of these vertices. So you should have two 8-inch vertical lines. And then I'm gonna connect these guys here. So let's see how well you guys pay attention. I'm almost done with this video, by the way. All right, so now every 2 inches, 0 inches there, 8 inches there. So every 2 inches, there's 6, here's 4, here's 2. Okay, so we're going to now draw these lines. Try to keep them at a 90-degree angle too. So how many faces do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the top. This is going to be the front. This face is going to be the back. Are you guys catching on? Next, same thing here. Get it between 4 inches and 6 inches right here. Go 2 inches to your left. 1, 2 inches. Make sure they're aligned nicely. Mark it off here at 8. Boom. Same thing over here, 4 inches. Go 2 inches to your right. 3, 2. Boom. There's a 2-inch. Bring it down. This helps you guys out. Same thing, 6 and 8 inches. On this side, 1, 2 inches here. Mark there. 2 inches here, mark there. And all you're gonna do now is you're going to take your time. Don't use a pen. I would highly recommend that you do not use a pen. Instead, use a pencil because you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna have to erase. Oops. All right, and then connect. So you are making a net. This is my first challenge for you guys. Okay, and of course this is going to be the right face, the left face. So what you're gonna do next is you're going to color this. Yay, we're gonna color. Okay, so the bottom was yellow. So go ahead and color the bottom face yellow. And hopefully you're paying attention. Hopefully you're not messing around. And okay. Maybe I'll delete this video. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep it up, but we'll see. The top will be pink. Now, I'm only coloring them these colors. You don't have to color them the colors that I'm using. You can use really any color that you want. You can color any of the faces, any color that you choose, so long that you have 6 different colors. Okay? Front face, we'll say this is blue. Maybe I can speed up past this and just speed up the video. I know that we're like 23 minutes in, so I don't want you guys to I don't want you guys to waste your time. Whoops. Power of the iPhone. All right, so I'm just gonna rush through it. Do a better job than me, please. So I don't want you guys to lose time. I want you guys to get to work. All right, so that's purple. And then, I don't know, I guess this is light purple. So I gotta work on my color scheme, stay inside the lines. All right, so the next thing I want you guys to do is I want you to draw like a trapezoid up here. This is what you're going to glue. You're going to take this and glue it under here. Glue, take this, you're going to glue it there. Same thing here. So glue, glue, let's see, maybe this one too. Let's just try that. These are our conjectures. And then you get that nice scissor. You cut these out, cut around these trapezoids. And then when you have that, fold them where these lines are at, crease them, and then glue them. So basically what you should have, you're taking this idea from your head about this three-dimensional figure. We're gonna draw this out, you're gonna cut it out, you're gonna glue it together, and I want a tangible cube by tomorrow morning. Okay, that's your task. If you don't finish it, it is homework, but bring that three-dimensional cube, a tangible cube that you created, to class tomorrow. All right, that's my task for you guys. You guys be good kids. I will see you in the morning, Tuesday morning, and that's it. You guys have a good day.